Three number cards, 5, 4, 7. Use all three to make the smallest number possible. That means the biggest number needs to be in the smallest value, and then the smallest number needs to be in the biggest value. So that leaves the 5 in the middle there. Next one, use all three to make the largest odd number. So the odd numbers are 5 and 7. So we want a large number this time, so that means that the odd number that's the biggest needs to go in the highest value, which is the hundreds column. And it still needs to be an odd number, so the 5 has to go in the units, because that's the only other odd number. And that leaves the 4 in the middle there. So we've got 1,000. Let's draw another 1,000 there. If we take off a bit of that 1,000 and we're left with 600, that means 600 plus what we took off makes 1,000, so it must be 400, because 400, oops. So Anne has collected that much, so that's 35, halfway between 30 and 40. And then Ben, he wants to collect 125. How much more money does he need? Well, he's got 40 already, so 40 up to 125. We say he needs another 60 to get to 100. You need another 25 to get to 125. So basically we've added 60 and 25, which is 85. So what number is it pointing to? Right, so halfway between 300 and 400 is, 350. And so we've got how many jumps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there. So that must be going up in tens. So that's 310, 320. So Leon buys 3 DVDs. So that's £3.50 plus £3.50 plus £3.50. So that's £1.50, and that's £9, £10. So it's £10.50, and he pays with a £20 note. So £10.50 to £11 is 50p, and then £11 to £20 is £9. So it's £9.50. Okay, 326 plus 295. 6 and 5 is 11. 1 in the 10, 1 in the units. 2 and 9 is 11, plus this one is 12. 3 and 2 and 1 is 6. 621. 471 minus 208. 1 take away 8 you can't. Change that to 60, put the 10 on there. 11 take away 8 is 3. 6 take away nothing is 6. 4 take away 2 is 2. 263. So 5 times something take away 3 is 27. Right, so if it's take away 3, it must have been, this bit must have been 30, because 30 take away 3 is 27. So 5 times 6 makes 30. And then this one here is 3 times something plus 3 is 27. So this number must be 24, because 24 plus 3 makes 27. So 3 8s are 24. There's loads of ways to do this one. You could do 10 times 129 and then halve it. So 1290 and then half, which would be 645, because 6 and 45. Or you could do traditional, 129 times 5, 9 5s 45, 2 5s 10, plus 4 is 14, 1 5 is 5, plus that one is 6 4 5. There's a few ways of getting this one. I think the easiest one is that one, times it by 10 and halve it. Okay, so 400 grams will be 48p. So 100 grams will be 400 split into 4. So it'll be 48p split into 4. So half of 48 would be 24. And then half of 24 is 12. So it would be 12p. Right, another simple one. Just make them kind of the same length of number. After the decimal, you can stick as many zeros as you like on the end of it, it makes no difference. So now you can just see, if it was 100 numbers, it would be 207, 220, 270, 271, and it's the same with decimals really. So the smallest of those would be 2.07. The largest is 2.71. The next to largest is 2.7. And then the second smallest is 2.2. So the most efficient way to do this is probably bus stop. So how many 6s in 3? None. How many 6s in 32? 5. Which is 30. Remainder 2, so we move that 2 over. And then how many 6s in 24? 4 6s is 24. And then how would we check our answer? We'd say, alright then, 6 54s must make 324 if it's going to be right. Train timetable. 6:10 train from Neath to Bridgend. Gets to Bridgend at 6:30, 06:30. Jen lives in Swansea, but she must be in Cardiff before 8 o'clock. So she needs to get to Cardiff before 8 o'clock. So it's going to be one of them trains there. What is the latest train she can get from Swansea? Well, that is the latest she can get there. So that means 6:58 is the latest one that she can get. So 6:58. Right, 1/4 of a metre. Well, a metre is 100 centimetres, and 1/4 of 100, well, half is 50, and 1/4 is half of that, which is 25. Film starts at 2:25 in the afternoon. It lasts for 1 hour 45 minutes. Right, so 1 hour is going to be 15, and then 45 minutes. Right, so 25 minutes plus another 35 minutes will take it up to another hour, so that'll be 16 o'clock. And then another 10 minutes will be 16:10. Ella plays 70 computer games and she wins 5/7 of the games. Right, so 70, if we split that into 7, each one's going to be worth 10, isn't it? Because 7 10s make 70. So 5 of those 7ths is going to be 5 of those, which has to be 50 games. Height of mountains. Round heights of the nearest round the house, the nearest 100 metres. Right, so 100, so we're looking at the hundreds. So it's going to be 800 or 900. It's closer to 800, so that's 8,800. Right, that's closest to 100, so it'll be 1,100 metres. Estimate how much higher Everest is than Snowdon. So, roughly, well, that's 88 and that's 11 and 2 zeros, so it'll be 77. Well, this one's easy. A tenth. Oops. Tenth is 0.1. And 75 as a fraction, well, it's obviously 75 over 100. Changing between kilometres and miles. So 40 kilometres is about 25 miles. And 22.5 miles, so 22.5 is about there, is about 32, 34, 36, well, it's halfway between 32 and 40, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, so 32, 34, 36. The graph shows that 10 miles is about 16 kilometres. This means that 100 miles is about, well, it's got to be 10 times more, 160 kilometres. Daytime temperature 12, nighttime -3. Difference. Okay, so 12 minus 3. Let's put 0 there. 12 back to 0 is 12 degrees. 0 to -3 is another 3 degrees backwards, so that's got to be a difference of 15. 2.47 times 100, so it's going to be 200 times bigger, so 2 jumps, so it's going to be 247. And then 32.6 divided by 10, so that's going to go that direction, so it's going to be 3.26. Right, 6 kilograms for 11.94. How much for 2 kilograms? Right, we're going to have to divide it by 3, so 3 into 1 doesn't go, 3 into 11 goes 3 times, which is 9, and 2 left over. 3 into 29 is, well, 3 8s are 24, 3 9s are 27, so 9 with a 2 left over, and then 3 8s are 24, so it would be £3.98.